at some point along the way, you kind of, you figure out what kind of band you are. And we've always been a band that have enjoyed people having access to us. You know, if you're gonna give people access, then give them access, but don't kind of control the level of access depending on how your fucking hair looks, or you know what kind of mood you're in, or how much you have to drink the night before. Do you know what I mean? If you're gonna open the door, then let the fucking door be wide open. Just meeting the guys from the fan club is that's actually very inspiring for us. There's always some cool stories in it. There's this kid we met in meet and greet who's gonna propose to his wife, his potential future wife this evening at the show. If you went and interviewed the 20 or 30 that were out there, you'd get 20 or 30 completely different stories. You know, a couple of guys, there was one guy I was talking to who just left the office just had taken his tie off, and some other kids are, you know, working class. I mean, there's all kinds of just different stories now. You know, what we try to do, I mean, I'm not gonna give you any of this crap, you know, we do it for the fans and all, because we play music for ourselves. But we, you know, the greatest thing about playing music is when it's a shared experience. So we've always, in Metallica, wanted to try to give the fans as much access to us, and we do it with the meet and greets. You know, we made a movie a few years ago you may have heard about where, you know, maybe we had a little too much access, you know. So you always talk about me, you use the word control and manipulation a lot. Fuck. Fuck! Fuck! The whole thing is so surreal because it's, and of course you guys, I lived it every day for 2 years. And then it was kind of made into a movie that had some kind of dramatic twists and turns. I know for some people it was too much. I know some people thought we were whiny, and some people all this stuff. And all that I totally both appreciate and understand. But I think that from a creative point of view, it has an authenticity all its own, and I'm really proud of that.
What is it now about being in Metallica that keeps it really interesting and exciting for you guys?
It got a little nutty in the 90s. It got a little maybe too big. I don't know, we put a record out every fucking half hour there for a few years, and it got really a little out of control, and you know, in the hard rock world, change is kind of frowned upon, and we've certainly gotten you know, wrist slapped a couple times by the heavy metal community when we sort of may have gone too far or tried to reinvent the wheel. I'm like the hugest U2 fan. I would borderline call myself a groupie, actually. But you? Yeah. No, you're not a bigger U2 fan than me.
Yeah, we'll have a fight after.
We'll have a can.
You should just
listen, there's nothing you know, playing with U2, I'd play out in the parking lot. They're one of the only other bands that have, you know, that are sort of still functioning, and after 30 years, just like we are. It just, I feel a lot of kinship in what they do, and I just really admire and appreciate. They're really inspiring to me. I love their music. I love their way of reinventing themselves, and I love their way of thinking big and small, and it sort of works on all levels.
If Metallica were actually Kiss and not Metallica, who would be which member of Kiss in the band?
That's a tough, nasty question.
But it's, I know, but it's
oh
very revealing,
man.
Just,
Listen. I got nothing but respect. You know, I'm not in the business of saying anything bad about anybody. I did that in my 20s and 30s, and you know, I'm not gonna make a member of Metallica Gene Simmons. Well, well, then you have, you know, everybody in the band. Everybody would be a combination between Paul Stanley and Ace Frehley.
Awesome.
And I don't mean that disrespectful, because Gene Simmons has never been nasty to me. But of course he sets himself up to, you know, poke fun at. But I got nothing but respect for those guys. Well, I was not the first to be asked that
No,
question.
you were. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
So what does your rider look like now? What's Metallica's rider look like these days?
It's too embarrassing. I mean, like, fat-free milk and fucking, fruits you've never heard of and organic yogurts. It's I don't even think there's a bottle of Jack Daniels anywhere within, there may be, there may be a bottle of Jack Daniels in the support band's dressing room. So Metallica just sits in a really good place right now. We actually enjoy each other's company. We talk to each other. We occasionally even socialize. We hang out. We actually like enjoy what we're doing. And there was a few years where we didn't. At the end of the day, listen, going up and playing to 18,000 crazy fans every night in Sydney and doing 5 shows here and 5 shows in Melbourne, 38 shows in Brisbane and the whole thing, what's there not to love?